Why do you work so hard in practice on technique, this shot, that shot, but you don't spend a single minute thinking about how to actually prepare for your next match? These are Brad Gilbert's words. And, and in his words, he says, you are brain dead. Now, those are not my words, bro. Okay, that's what Brad's saying. And what Brad means is, we are working so hard, but we are not working smart. And so if you really want to win your next match, watch this whole video. This video is for you. And subscribe because you want more tennis tips that actually help you win matches. So today we're going to go through Brad's plan, his match system of how he gets the early edge and advantage in matches, which really at the amateur level can help you win most of your matches. Okay, so basically, we first need to understand how working super hard, but working on the wrong vehicle is something that'll hold you back. So you're getting out in practice, you're working super hard on this and that, and working, and you're still not getting results, and you're working hard, everybody just says, just work hard, and you'll get the results, and you keep working hard, but you're not getting the results because you're probably working super hard on the wrong vehicle. So to make this make sense in your mind, like imagine people work really hard for money, which they do, okay? But what vehicle do you choose to get that money? Like there was a time when I was managing a mobile bar service, okay? And during this time, I was having days where I'd work 16-hour shifts. And you're probably thinking like, no, that doesn't make sense, that's too crazy. But honestly, like bro, there are people out there who are working 16-hour shifts, sometimes even more. So like imagine I would drive out of the city to some warehouse owned by the company, okay? And there's all these bars that we pack into trailers, like, because as a mobile bar service, you drive to an event. And at that event, you would set up bars, you would take all the stock and serve the people. So you're there, you set everything up after packing it all up and picking up the staff and driving there. You set everything up, you serve your clients for the whole event, and then maybe it's 2 a.m. and the last person leaves. Now it's time to clean the bars, pack everything up. You're managing all these people all this time. You then get everyone in the car, you take them all home, drive to the warehouse just outside the city, drop everything off, take your personal car home 16 hours later. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because this was a time in my life where I was working extremely hard, and there's a lot of people who work extremely hard, long hours, but I was only earning $700 a month. Yeah, working 5 to 6 days a week of doing this, weekends, especially super busy in an events company. Now, there was a time when I was trading, and I remember a day specifically where I had got funded, so I had a lot of capital to trade with, okay? And so because of that, I could make extremely large amounts very quickly, right? You could also lose them, sure. But there was a morning where in 2 hours, I made $5,000. And it was this moment in my mind of like, wow, it took me 2 hours to make what I would make in this other job, maybe in a year, but I would have spent all that money on like rent and other things. I just made this money in 2 hours. So different vehicles can get you to places much quicker than other vehicles. Like some cars are just faster than others and they just make more sense. And so if you could be working extremely hard, like you could walk instead of taking a car, and you're working hard, but are you working smart? No. And the reason telling you this again is because you need to start approaching your tennis in the same way. Like, don't just work hard. Yes, hard work is extremely important, but don't just work hard, work smart. And today we're going to talk about Brad's mental preparation for his matches, which is one of the ways you can work smarter and not harder. And also in my community is definitely aimed at you working smarter, not harder, saving you time on this journey to improving and winning more matches. Link for that in the description below. So you need to start your match on. Now, this is the first thing that Brad talks about. Start your match on. So in my last few matches, I've had moments where I come out and I win the first 7, 8, 9 points of the first 10 points. Therefore, you're immediately up 2 love. Your opponent's worried, like, whoa, what's going on? And it's because I've done mental preparation. I've arrived there with intention of like, this guy's going to take some time to warm up. I'm going to be on him. I'm going to be super consistent. I'm not missing a ball in these first 10 balls. And what happens? You usually win the first two games. And this can win most of your matches, just having that early seed in your opponent's mind of, whoa, I might lose today. This guy is on. So you want to start on. One of the ways you can do this is visualize on your way to the match, the night before the match. Brad Gilbert uses visualization. And if you Google visualization improvements, you'll actually see that you improve by 23% when you visualize. And if you actually do a practice in physical person, you improve 24%. Visualization, 23%. It's the tiniest 1% difference. So visualization is a real way to improve and a real way to make yourself better and to make yourself ready and to start your match on. You visualize the night before and on your way to the match. Even during the warm-up, you're visualizing. And a visualization I like to do is see myself hitting my backhand smoothie, see myself crushing some forehand winners, see myself hitting some aces, exactly where they're going, how the ball is bouncing. And then I see myself at the end of the match shaking my opponent's hand saying, good fight, bro, well played, having that feeling that I've won. Okay, this is a very important visualization that you can do. And then we move on to Brad's actual game plan. And so something you ask yourself, especially if you've played a player before, is what do I want to make happen and what do I want to prevent from happening? Because if you've played someone before, you'll understand their style. You'll know, what do I need to do? What do I need to not do? Like one of my friends that I played in a previous tournament, I know that specifically very slower balls with a lot of spin towards his backhand that are bouncing high, he hates that. So I knew immediately, like, I'm going to do that all day long, and needless to say, I crushed him in that match. But it's also about him realizing, okay, this dude's going to come out and that's what he's going to do. How do I counter that? I know he's going to do that for a fact, okay, because he knows that's my weakness, for example. So you want to do that if you've played a player. If not, and even if you have played a player, the next things you want to ask yourself once the match is starting is, what is my opponent's weapon and what is his weakness today? Because on the day, maybe something's working or his forehand's breaking down, his backhand's breaking down. It depends on the day. And you want to sort of see what's happening and exploit that if you can. Okay, and understand his weapons so you can try to take that away from him as much as possible. And how do you protect your weakness? Like, if your weakness is your backhand, you know, okay, I'm going to be trying to go inside out quite a lot. I'm going to try to dictate with my forehand. I'm going to come into net a bit more to take away his opportunity to just hit there. Okay, so this is a very simple 3-step match plan that can help you come out and win your next match, especially if you pair it with the pre-preparation, the mental preparation we talked about before. And this is all from the first chapter of Brad Gilbert's Winning Ugly. And you know, Brad has been described as a caveman with a club playing tennis. And this is because he may not have the most beautiful technique, but before 1993, which is even before I was born, Brad had made $8 million from tennis already. And so you don't need to have the most beautiful technique. Again, like, everybody's trying to focus on this beautiful technique, but that's not always. That is an important vehicle, but it's not the vehicle that you need to focus on to improve now, faster, quicker, and actually start winning more matches from like next week. So again, bro, if you want to save time, improve faster with a community of winners, as well as just easier and just save time so you can win more matches sooner rather than staying frustrated for so long, I've built a community that has courses designed to literally do this for you. So link in description for that below. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. I know this one helped you. Peace.